The next topic is conservation of resources. Now, this is something we have studied planning in India. Now, how to conserve the resources which we are having. Resources are vital for any developmental activity, but irrationally consumption and overutilization of resources may lead to socio-economic and environmental problems. I told like certain areas they are good in resources, they find technology also. So economically they are more developed and advanced. So the people living in that area are also financially very good. And on the contrary, there are areas where resources are there, but maybe the infrastructure is not developed. So they don't convert into development. So here people are not able to gain economic development. So life in the people over there are also not so developed, so it leads to a social economical development and environmental problem also. We keep on extracting and using the resources without the word judiciary or judicial is used in the beginning only. Appropriate jitna chahiye, instead of wasting them whatever you need it, and even think how to replace or renovate. To overcome these problems, resource conservation at various level is important. This had been the main concern of the leaders and thinkers in the past. For example, Gandhiji was very apt in voicing his concern about resource conservation in these words: there is enough for everybody's need, not for everybody's greed. So in India, the resources are enough for everybody's need. If you consume it, need. But if you are greedy कि मुझे ही सब कुछ मिले, मेरा ही डेवलपमेंट हो, मेरी ही प्रोग्रेस हो, then they are never enough. He placed the greedy and selfish individual and exploitative nature of modern technology as the root cause for the resource depletion at a global level. He was against mass production and wanted to replace it with the production by masses. So there is a difference between mass production means quantity ज़्यादा बढ़ाओ, और एक जगह है प्रोडक्शन बढ़ाओ बट masses भी बढ़ने चाहिए. So there is a vast difference. So Gandhiji was also aware during that time only. So he was very much aware about that time only. Next topic we are going to start is land resources. So we will take out of our some resources. In this chapter we will be focusing about land resources. We live on land and we perform our economic activities on land, and we use it in different ways. Thus land is a natural resource of uttermost importance. Yep, it supports natural vegetation, wildlife, human life, economic activities, transport and communication system. So our lifeline runs with land. However, land is an asset of a finite magnitude, means limited. Finite magnitude means एक limited area में concerns में हमें चाहिए. Therefore, it is important to use the available land for various purposes with careful planning. India has land under a variety of relief features, namely mountains, plateaus and plains and islands. These are the four areas where India's land is divided, and how we are going to utilizing it, we will understand here. About 43% of the land area in plains, which provides facilities of agriculture and industries. You know, plains are the good area for the population to settle down, and maximum population you will find it in plains. This is the pie chart given over here, which you can easily understand. Yeah, mountains accounts for 30% of the total surface area of the country and ensure perennial flow of some rivers, provide facilities for tourism and ecological aspects. About 27% of the area of the country is the plateau region. It possesses rich reservoirs of minerals, fossil fuels and forest. So there is not much difference between mountains and plateaus, but there is a difference between plains and plateaus and mountains, because as we know, life is much easier in plains and development of the structure is also quite easier in plains. This is the reason why we use plains for human development a lot. This is the way we can continue with the agriculture and industrial development in plains more rather than in mountains and plateaus. But these three parts of different reliefs have its own way of supporting the resources in India. So we will be in detail studying how the land is utilized in next few topics.